What is up, Climb Tribe? I am your guide, Kelsey, and I'm super excited that you are here on the Climb with Kelsey to chat about carving out your niche in this seemingly just really concentrated world. So, listen, are we feeling lost in the crowded world of wedding and elopement photography? And if you see yourself slipping through the cracks with all of these super talented photographers you see on Instagram, then I'm here to volunteer as tribute to be the one to say that I have felt the same way. And sometimes it happens to this day. I have a multiple six-figure business, Climb Tribe, and honestly, I still look on Instagram and I'm just like, what the fuck am I doing here? So if this is you, I really want to take a minute and talk about how we can do this and how we can really stand out from this crowd. And, like I mentioned before, especially early on when I first started this business of elopement photography, I was like, oh wow, I'm gonna slip into the crowd and not book a single elopement. This episode is about stepping into your own power by finding your unique place in this super crowded industry. I'm gonna walk you through how to carve out a niche as an elopement photographer and attract couples who truly resonate with you, your voice, and your authentic style. So let's dive in. Confession time. When I first started out, I photographed anything that stayed still long enough. Flowers? Yes. Trees? Yes. My poor family? Endless candids. And in college, oh honey, like any carbon-based life form was fair game. Even buildings, like they could be living or dead, human, non-human. Like I was clicking the shutter every time, right? When I launched my biz, if someone said, here's $50 to photograph my dog's birthday party, I was like, excuse me, you had me at dog. And like, where's the cake? I'm in. But let me tell you, being a jack of all trades left me feeling scattered. It left me feeling like people only cared about what I was doing because of the money. Like they didn't care about me and my art, right? They were just like, what can I get this photographer to do for like the least amount of money? And that doesn't feel great. A. B, on a more business standpoint, it's not sustainable, right? Spoiler alert, people don't want a photographer who does everything. Couples eloping want a specialist, someone who gets their vibe, solves their specific problems, and understands their dream day. And listen, in all industries, I really do believe that people want a specialist. In the specific elopement photography sphere, I think this is even more the case because eloping couples are going against probably everything they've ever heard of, right? Every rom-com they've ever seen is this big old traditional wedding in a church with all their friends and family and Uncle Harry who you don't even know, right? That is the expectations and the societal pressure that they have been sitting with for probably over a decade. And their family is expecting that from them. Their friends are expecting that from them. So even more, I would say, than traditional wedding photographers, elopement photographers need to specialize because our couples need our help. They need our guidance. They need our hype girl energy to be like, yes, like you can do whatever you want. I know what it looks like. I can help you through this. Even more than traditional wedding photographers. So here's the thing. The more specific you get, the more you will connect with your couples. Speak their language, and all of a sudden, you're not just a photographer, you're the photographer, right? They're no longer going from price shopping. They're going to like, oh, hello, this person understands me, and they see all the value that you can bring to the table. So like, that's all well and good, right? You're like, cool, Kels, like don't do everything, but how do I niche? So let me walk you through some specific questions you should ask yourself and download the freebie to fill this out as you go or after the episode. So when we go about discovering your unique voice, you need to ask yourself some big questions. And I really do recommend that you step away from a computer. For the love of God, do not look on Instagram. Don't look on ChatGPT. I just want you to really think and answer from the heart. If this means you go to the woods and write down your answer, do it. If this means going to your favorite coffee shop or alcohol establishment, like whatever you want. I don't know why I'm sorry, can we back? Why did I call what I wanted to call a bar an alcohol establishment? I swear to God, I've never used the word alcohol establishment in my life. Anyway, go to your happy place, Climb Tribe, because these are big questions and I want you to really narrow down on these specific things. I've actually coached my Adventure with Us clients, my photographers who take coaching with me, to actually do this and brainstorm on this for 5 minutes for a week. And that will really get you going and thinking about it even more. And the reason why I suggest that you sit down and do it for 5 minutes for 7 days is that it's so important, right? I'm not going to waste your time. It's important. Okay, let's get to the questions. So number 1, tell me, what do you love about photography? And this might seem easy, right? Is it the raw emotion? Is it the epic landscapes? Is it the moments in between? For me, it's honestly the joy that I see in couples, and it's the way that I can connect with couples. And honestly, just like being in a beautiful place in nature just really makes me happy. Like hiking up a mountain and you're looking across at all the other mountains and they're massive and it just like makes you feel small, but like in the best way. That makes me so happy, and being able to share that with couples getting married is like mwah, chef's kiss, right? So like that's me. Okay, but you need to think of your own. Who are your dream clients? And this is like, they're not just anyone with a big budget. So when you go to write this and you're like, someone who will pay me $1 million. No, that's not your dream client. They're people who share your values, right? Like, do you love adventure? Are they romantics who want to elope in hiking boots? Remember, you might not spend big money on photography, but your dream clients might, right? So align your values and not your wallet. Dream clients for me are people who value the authentic nature of being truly themselves. They value adventure. They value each other. They value their relationships. They really value the experience over things mantra. Okay, here's your next question. What makes me different? Climb Tribe, this story is your superpower. And it might come from a perspective that you might not even realize is different than anybody else. Like, you have always been the girlfriend who people come to you with their emotional problems. That is a super power, Climb Tribe. That is something not just anybody can do. And I want you to position yourself in a way that your future clients see that and they're like, oh, an emotionally intelligent adult? Heck yes, sign me up and you can capture my authentic emotions, right? It's things like that. So for me, I have it's kind of a sad story, but also it like warms my heart because it's really changed and shaped the way that I photograph to this day. So I lost my dad when I was 19 years old. And I had been photographing, this was my college stage, right? I was photographing every living thing that moved, some non-living things. And it really sunk in that the thing that you think you're going to get in life might not always be there. And it's always changing. And living with regret is something that I no longer accept, Climb Tribe. And I challenge you to not settle and think the same way, right? So like, I want to give a huge hell yes to living life to the fullest. And that's why I connect so deeply with couples who ditch the rules and do their wedding their way. They live with no regrets. And I value that. They're also the experience over things, right? Once my dad died, I only wanted more time. We only want more time with him and the people we love. And that's what really made me zero in on the emotions, on the here and now, on the present. So perspectives that make you different can either come from a place of like really big joy and possibly really deep sorrow. And I hope that no matter which way they're coming from, that you really let them lift you up and give yourself a minute to be like, yeah, I'm different, and like, yes, I'm powerful, and like, yes, my experiences are different, and they can help me and translate into this beautiful, beautiful business that I want to build and grow. Okay. So that's what makes me different. So please, again, journal every day and in the freebie. It'll give you plenty of room to write. And the big one, why do I wake up in the morning? Why do I wake up on this entrepreneurial journey when I could just go to a 9-to-5 job and be done? Like, you start your day at 9 and you end at 5, and you're probably working and hustling much, much less. What makes you so excited about this journey into elopement photography that you're just like, yeah, it's gonna be tough, but like, I'm in it? Like, for me, it's because I believe everyone deserves to kick societal expectations to the curb and create a day that is 100% about them. That's my why. So tell me what's yours. And I think this is, if we haven't already gathered already, right? Like, this is why this takes a minute. I don't expect you, let's see. First, I don't expect you to have this narrowed down like today. Secondly, I would call a big bullshit on your questions if you answer them today. We are not digging deep enough, because remember, this is a job all about your heart. We have a lot of strategy going on up in here, but a lot of it has so much to do with you and your heart and being yourself. So, next, how to translate these answers into your brand message. Once you've discovered your voice, once we've really narrowed down on these questions here, it is time, Climb Tribe, to translate that into your brand message. And here is how it's done. Number one, tell your damn story. People connect with stories. For example, my love for elopement stems from the belief that everyone should be able to kick those societal things to the curb. I first stepped into this, and even like what society expects from us, when I was in college, I studied sociology and psychology, and I was like, whoa, there's these like huge external factors that determine who we are, what we do, what decisions we make, where we live, who we marry, what kind of jobs we get. And it's completely outside of our control sometimes if you don't recognize the societal changes that need to be made, and that there's even like a societal box around which all of us live. That was a big digression, right? But like, tell your story, right? That belief is a deep embedded part of my brand. The kick society expectations to the curb part, it is all up in there. It's all in the brand. It is a movement. It is everywhere. Number two, when we're asking ourselves why you wake up in the morning to do this, that is a big one. So once we get that answer, once we get the like, I wake up in the morning because I believe that elopements are for everyone. Everyone should have this. It's the most authentic way to do it. It's 100% you. It's 100% what you want. I want to see that fueling every piece of content, from your website to your informal blog posts, to your Instagram posts, to your TikTok videos, to your reels, to your email newsletters. I want that belief to fuel everything from here on out. Okay. And number three, and one of the biggest things, I really want you to solve your clients' problems with the lens as to why you wake up in the morning. So, for instance, what challenges do your dream clients face? Well, maybe they're overwhelmed by traditional wedding planning, or they're unsure how to make their elopement feel special. My skew on this, because I believe that societal expectations need to like girl bye, is to phrase it in such a way where it's like, hey, are you feeling pressure from your friends, from your family, from society, from all the movies you've ever seen? Okay, great. Here's eloping. And here is how you do it. And recognize that they don't know what they're doing. Like, they don't know how to start. They don't even know what an elopement is, possibly, right? We're here to educate them and help them. And we're using our personal stories, our perspective stories on how to help them. So it's a really beautiful balance of advice and empowerment and honest to God resources like how to elope in Glacier National Park, right? And how you can weave your personal perspectives and stories and beliefs into that. Okay. So now that we've translated these answers into a really, super powerful brand message, in my humble opinion, we need to figure out how we attract aligned clients. How do we whisper into the ether like, hello, where are you? Like, come to my brand. This is how we do it. So, and this is honestly like where the fun begins, Climb Tribe. When your brand message aligns with your voice and your perspective, it's like a bat signal for your dream clients, and you're the most appealing, friendly neighborhood Batwoman anybody's ever seen. They will flock. They'll recognize that you are their person like that. And just as an aside, when we're using storytelling in your marketing, you really want to talk like you're talking to a friend. Like you are talking to your best friend. And this is what best friend needs to know about eloping. And that's what makes it, in my opinion, less tedious. You get much less pressure when you're able to just share your journey on how you got into this business, what you believe, why you love photography, and what makes you passionate about capturing these moments. Tell it like you're telling to a friend. And your friend is there for you, right? Your friend is like, yeah, girl. Just pretend that everybody else is too. And that's even a better way that you'll be able to find the vocabulary that you normally use, so you're not this like chatbot meet more thing going on, using words that like nobody uses. So I really just encourage you, find your power, find your passion, and use storytelling in your marketing. Second piece of that, we need to build a killer portfolio, right? We need to curate our current photos and build a portfolio so that we are visually telling a story. They're like, hello, adventurous mountaintop loving couples. Like, I am your person. Third part is get your SEO game on point. Blogging is your new BFF for attracting intentional couples. The reason why? Potential eloping couples have a lot of questions, right? A lot of them. Where do we start? How do we get permits? What locations are the best? What dress do I wear for a mountain elopement? Do I hike in my dress? Do I wear hiking boots? Endless, right? Endless questions. Where they go to get the answers to those questions is probably Google. So they are typing into Google, for instance, how to elope in Grand Teton National Park. They're putting that in there. The SEO gods want to give them content that is helpful, has a lot of photos, and is streamlined in such a way that the Google gods can be like, oh yeah, they know a lot about that. I'll be talking a lot more about this in the Spice Up Your SEO episode, and I have a freebie on it, so stay tuned on that. The smaller part of this, and again, I'm just so excited to give you all the info. We need to think of it as Google's way of matchmaking you with your dream clients. So, number one, use storytelling in your marketing. Number two, build a killer portfolio that people will oogle and ogle and that speaks to elopements. So, cut out the wedding parties, cut out the churches, all that stuff. And then get your SEO game on point. Start blogging immediately. You can go to honeybeeweddings.com/spiceupyourseo and you can get the freebie. So there's that. Okay, so now that we've attracted our aligned clients, we have talked about how to discover your unique voice. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, the comparison. Instagram and TikTok is like a highlight reel on steroids, and it is so easy to fall into the trap of thinking you're not good enough. And I will sit here and tell you that it happens to me at least once a week. And I'm a multiple six-figure business, right? It still happens to me when I'm on Instagram and I'm like, whoa, they have so many followers, and whoa, their images, like, whoa, like I am not good enough. And like the whoa and the, and then we spiral into this game of comparison. And I think the best way that I have found to eliminate this is honestly to like spend less time on Instagram. Sure, we have to use it for the business, right? We have to post, but this like endless scrolling thing that we end up doing late into the night, we need to stop doing. We need to have time caps on our Instagram, because it is like, I mean, it's toxic, you guys. I mean, Instagram and TikTok, right? Both of them. They were built for you to spend your time on it. That is why they were built, and that's why the companies are worth so much money. So like, as difficult as it is, do your best to not fall into the trap, stay off of Instagram. But more than that, I just want you to focus on your path and celebrate your wins, big or small, right? Every day during my girl bye ritual, when I am clocking out, I'm leaving my desk, I spend a few minutes and write down the things I'm grateful for. And just being able to practice that gratitude every day is really powerful. And Climb Tribe, me being your ultimate hype girl, just remember, nobody else can do it the way you can. Nobody. So let's move on to some actionable steps to carve out your niche. So it's time to take action, Climb Tribe. So let's do this. Number 1, we need to define your Elopement packages and prices. We want to make them the chef's kiss perfect for your dream clients. We want to update our website to reflect your niche and your values, but not with too much copy, right? We want to cut the fluff, keep it clear, but also really lean into the copy. I think this is where some photographers lean in to say ChatGPT, and then all the websites end up looking exactly the same. Like if I have to look at one more Elopement photographer website and it says like light chaser, I'm gonna just run in a hole and die. Like it all looks the same. So you'll see on my website, for instance, I swear on my website because I swear in real life and I'm really passionate, and that's just kind of what keeps me funny. Well, I hope it's more than just swearing that keeps me funny. I'm like a reasonable witty person sometimes. So putting that up, like I like Harry Potter, I like Disney, I like dogs, right? So like keeping these little details within your website and really calling in your ideal client with your copy is so important. And again, like I want you to start sharing your story everywhere. Blogs, socials, website. Let's do it. All right, my beautiful Climb Tribe. Remember this. The world doesn't need another cookie cutter photographer, right? It needs you, your unique voice, your passion, your story. So go out there and own it. This is me hype girling the shit out of you right now in the hopes that you can take this passion that you've listened to and heard on this podcast and these actionable tips and really just go out there and fucking own it. Do it. Be you. Never be afraid to be yourself, because the you that shows up for your clients is everything they need. That's what they need, is just you and your perspective and your journey and your art. So you go, girls and guys and everyone in between. You are lovely. You are amazing. And don't forget to download my freebie that will help you really niche down and attract your aligned couples. So take me in your journey. If you are working on your freebie, please tag me. Until next time, keep climbing and keep shining. Thanks, Climb Tribe.